Okay, so can you just describe like your overall feeling with your classroom design in general? Is it like effective, or do you wish there were other things?
Um, I think it's effective. um, so we try to like get some coverage. We do have a few more things I'd like to get up and into place, but I think for what I'm doing, we're conveying a lot through the classroom design. It's obviously not perfect. We have to meet the confines of the classroom structure. Like I probably have more chairs than should probably be in this room, and so it determines how we design like the seating. But no, I think I'm satisfied with it and like the images around and things like that.
So if you could have like any piece of technology in your classroom, what would it be?
Oh, okay. So I'm not against technology, but I'm not like a very. I don't think I'm a very like structured user of technology or an avid user. I think I would be interested in like technology for kids in a way that I can't quite explain because I don't know how you. I would like to like have kids be able to do more stuff with technology in class than me necessarily having technology. Um, so like to look at a video or to do something to sort of warm up as opposed to me like showing it over
Mm-hmm.
and maybe giving some kids some choices to like sort of navigate some preset like websites to again like to either warm up or to follow up with what I've taught and things like that. So I think for me like I would rather that technology would be more kid driven than than necessarily for the teacher, um, because I'm not actually that tech
Mm-hmm.
technologically driven. So what we have actually feels really good for me. Like the fact that I can project videos on a
Mm-hmm.
whiteboard, like it's pretty good.
So would you be interested in having things like virtual reality, that's kind of surfacing a lot, where students could like see like a historical event or something like that? Would you find that effective for your class?
I'd be curious. I don't know. Like um, again, I'm not. I feel so like uh, far behind with technology. So while I'm really curious about stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
like um, to me that might be a really good opportunity to bring like history to life to see a visual. Um, I also don't feel really competent like in like teaching or using that tool, um, but I'm super curious. I think that could be a really good way to do it. And I don't know if sort of mentioning my other comment, I don't know if that would necessarily be better than like watching the screen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, I'm curious. I'll say that.
So, like, what would be your ideal classroom setting in terms of seating and like if you just like the whole layout of it?
Sure. I'd like a little more of a circle. This kind of works with like the U with like two rows. This kind of, I mean, this does fine. Um, but I'd really like for the kids to see each other. Um, and honestly, I'd like a room where I could like sit with the kids. I think like for me and my teaching style, it's important to have a dynamic where I'm with the kids as opposed to directing the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that would be ideal for me. I also think too having sort of a time to sort of like actually point and use the images and use the space better where um, part of the reason I like a full circle is that like that can, especially with movable desks, you can create small groups really easily and then back into the circle, right? And so you know, having space to do that with flexibility would be really important. Um, and then I think some space for some standard things like circles. They're not always great for tests. They're not
Mm-hmm.
great for like watching a video as a class. They're not. They're really not great for some things. So having some flexibility where we could move and make spaces to work for whatever activity we're doing, that would be really cool for me.
So would you like, say like there's some schools that have desks that are on wheels kind of, and they can move around more
I've
easily.
seen
Would you like that?
those. And like usually
You
can
can
like
make
flip the
tables,
desk.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So I think I'd be interested in that. Sometimes they have these flashbacks to like when I taught freshmen, and all I could see is like kids
Oh,
like
them moving.
scooting
Oh,
around
yeah.
the room all over, like being like so anxious they're like scooting
Jittery,
back
yeah.
and forth.